Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. It is Christmas time. This is a special late night chat. Usually in December, I pick out a game and I order it for my birthday in December and Christmas. But this year, I just decided to pay for Explore It, because I was budgeting in the year and I just wanted to get the legend products, which are the books, the campaign books, the kind of shorter roleplay books that you can play if you've got which are going to be fantastic to introduce people to this world of Explore It, how it works, rather than the open world. Have a little bit more structure when you're playing the role-playing book, and it's super fun. They've got the app as well for music and charting things down, etc., etc. But anyway, so this is the thing that enamored me to upgrade at Christmas. What have I upgraded to? Getting this beautiful Volume 5. Because on the latest update, they basically continued their playthroughs, and they did a full playthrough and played it on the longest version you can play it. And you can check this out on November update if you're interested. Anyway, they're way on the way and all this stuff. I'm just curious what you do in December. Are you buying a gift for yourself, or... and if so, what do you do? Do you go... Because I usually look at all the top 10 lists. People do top 10 lists of the year, game of the year, the game... Blah, 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 and I look at everything that's come out, etc. But... and that usually kind of sways me into a short list. But nothing really excited me as much as Volume 5 does, because on the playthrough it's just spectacular. I'm fallen in love with Explore It so much. It really is superb. I love it. So yeah, when you look at these top lists, a lot of them are Kickstarter games that you just can't get hold of, aren't they? Or if you're lucky, they have a way of getting it. Maybe they have a shop where you can go to the developer themselves, and they have their own their own shop to buy it from. Explore It, however, is expensive at retail, and the only really way to get it cheap is to come on when they do these yearly crowdfunding events. Last year it was the Volume 2 campaign book for Explore It, and this year it was Volume 5. Although, if I go down to this one, I think the timetable, where is it? It's usually right at the bottom. Yeah, if this is not shipping to January, I don't think they're going to have another Kickstarter until 2026. It's interesting how that overlaps, because we're kind of expecting a campaign book for Volume 3 next year, but they are still developing this, so they just might not have time to do it, because in November you can see they've still got work that needs to be done, especially on these 2 expansions that they're putting in here, which offer completely different gameplay types. So yeah, really exciting. So if this development continues on, then maybe we're not going to see Volume 3 yet for another at least a year. Who knows? So if that is the case, if there's not going to be a project from Explore It in 2025, maybe this is the best time to actually get hold of the game. It's interesting, in comments people are saying that they've gone for the all-in, which is expensive to get all of the volumes. But I'm basically picking up the volumes when the campaign books come out. So Volume 3, when the campaign book comes out, I'll get Volume 3 and the campaign book on the one pledge. Same for number 4. That's how I'm going to pick them up, even though they're so tempting to get, and I love both of those games, but it just makes sense because otherwise you can see here it's an epic amount of money to sink into Hexplore It. It really is. I've got Volume 1, Volume 2. I'm going to get Volume 5 just because I love it. And like I say, I pick the others up when they get the campaigns. Just want to know what your shopping habits is in December. And you never know. I might, if I know there's no Kickstarter coming in 2025, I might come back here, edit the pledge, and put on something else because the Universal Playmat I've not put on. Especially they've got this bigger one, which I believe is if you're going to join 2 volumes together, which a lot of people are doing. Although if you put 2 volumes together, it's a longer game, obviously. And the cost of shipping has gone up because when I ordered Volume 1 and 2, it was cheaper than ordering Volume 5. So the world has changed, isn't it, with shipping and all that stuff. Yeah, so can't wait to get these books. They're going to be epic. And it's really good value, really. It's $20 for each one, and they're hardcover, and they're not in print. This is the first time they're getting printed, so you're making a great saving. It really is excellent value. So I'm just kind of sharing what I did with my Christmas budget. What are you up to with yours? Has any top list piqued your interest in a game that you didn't know about? And if so, what did you end up getting? What is your shopping habit? But for me, I just basically look at all the top lists, compare it with stuff that look phenomenal in the year that are all on late pledge, and then I sink some of my budget into them. And the draw and pull of Hexplore It was too much. It was too much, especially when I weigh up the fact that there's might not be another crowdfunding event in 2025. It might not come around until 2026. Therefore, if you want to pick up stuff from Hexplore It cheaper than you can find in retail shops, this is like the way you need to come. And they are doing early shipping, like if you order some of the earlier volumes, you can see which ones are available. They're doing Wave 2 early shipping, which will be March, I think. Not that I'm interested in getting early shipping. I mean, I've got so much to do anyway with board games. You know what it's like. And usually, out of all the Kickstarters I've kickstarted, this company seems to get production out quick. So even though they're saying it will be 2026 January, I won't be surprised if I get it Christmas 2025. That's not too far away. But yeah. Just curious what my viewers are getting Christmas wise. What's your strategy? What did you push your money into? Was there something? What was there not? Did you find nothing? Is that what happened? Did you just find nothing? Well, let me show you some interesting stuff that's at late pledge, shall we? This is the second half of the video. Let's go. All right. Rumble Planet is very interesting. They've got a pre-painted version of it now. Look at this. Peeps. I'll probably get on this late pledge in the new year, but wow, look at it. Dude, this, if I had the budget, I'd be getting this one second, 100%. Pre-painted deluxe all in Rumble Planet. Looks incredible. What else is interesting? Eroon! Yes, incredible dungeon crawler. Vibrant. This is basically the 1.5, I want to say. It's expensive. Legendary all in at 300 though. So Light and Dark is the expansion. You've got the core and the heroic. There was a bit of errata problems from the core, so you're getting like the real big updated stuff. And if I had the budget, I would have gone for this. Hopefully this pledge store keeps open in the new year, because I've got a lot of money to sink into this when I get round to it. So this is kind of my short list, but maybe these are going to tempt you. Next up then is Glass Cannon Unplugged. It's interesting they have this pledge manager set up, but you can come in here. This is something I definitely want to come in. I think this game is delayed though in its development. No problems there. And I think it's the collector pledge I'm after, because if you shove up to the next pledge, you're adding this daft axe prop, which is like $90 on top of it. You just don't really need it. But you can pick where they'll shade up your minis, so that'd be fantastic. And of course they've got all the language support in here, which is amazing. This excludes VAT, by the way, so it is going to be like a $500 thing. But yeah, Dying Light is like, it's like Zombicide on steroids, and it will completely blow you away because it's got a campaign and the city changes through each component, and it just is spectacular. If you're looking for a zombie game, this is the most incredible zombie game I've ever seen, and I highly recommend it. Take a look at that one if you're interested in it. Next up to tempt you is Earthborn Rangers. Yeah, it's out with its expansion. You can, of course, still late pledge it. It's looking absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, 205 for the whole thing. That's looking fantastic. Card game, adventure game. You know, it's like open worldy, traveling around. They've got this expansion is the Legacy of the Ancestors, where you go into a cave and you start going down into caves, and they find out below the ground there is a city and stuff down there that you're going to be experiencing. That looks really, really good. This is delayed as well. This will be out on Pledge Manager as well for you to check out, but this is another great game. Flow is on late pledge, of course. You can get everything in for 148. This is from Fantasia Games that did Endless Winter. They've changed the... I don't know why they just... it's bonkers that they've changed their name of the company to do kind of... yeah, they've gone Pika Games. It's basically Fantasia Games. This is like a Endless Winter 2 for me. It's like another winter scene from them, and it looks awesome. I covered it on the channel. I fell in love with it, and it's they've got Lucky Ducks as well, working with them for translation for the French. I like it how they've split it up with the different companies. Lucky Duck, they're being very famous, of course. But I think this is a fantastic pledge for this game. It looks it's probably the most beautiful game with art-wise from Andrew Bosley, of course, the artist from Everdell. And I just think because you're getting the playmats in here and you're getting everything all in it, just looks really good. And just to show you kind of the content, of one of these boxes is the Monsters Unleashed here, which adds all these minis, cards, and all this great stuff. That looks like a great expansion. And they're offering this wooden token set which replaces all the punch boards in the game as well, so that's a potential add-on. There's a good example of how much it would cost. It's €165. This is looking an absolute epic game. Also, maybe that can tempt you also. Is the Pledge Manager open on Beast? I don't think it is anymore. Oh. They've closed it. Ah, they've closed it. Alright. Far away that is. Alright, finally then, Far Away, Corporate Espionage, this incredible game, which really did a bad showing of it when it first came out on Kickstarter, but they finally put some images of it. It's a really, really awesome adventure game where you can follow a mini campaign, which is really good and is kind of persistent, so when you pull out the cards you've still got construction that you did in the last part of the campaign. I really like that. It's such a unique adventure game and it feels wonderful. You're basically a scientist landing on the planet with somebody and you are doing what's in the manual that NASA want you to do on the planet, and you're kind of exploring around and finding resources and building stuff, and it's so cool. So much content in the box, a heavy box, but I'm sure you'll fall in love with it. It's very kind of geeky, but I love it for its geekiness. And if you're coming in, it's 90 on the box. What's the 105 give you? Stickers and a pin and a poster and a postcard. Not that exciting, is it? Anyway, 90 if you're coming in. I'll be definitely coming in with the Veteran Explorer when I pledge. This is kind of stuff in my late pledge stuff, but this is the stuff that's kind of open that you should possibly look at, because I think these are all absolutely incredible things. Yeah, I've not been doing much on my channel the last 3 weeks. I've been extremely busy with Christmas planning and all that stuff, but I will be coming back before Christmas to do my roundup of the year, where I look at all the Kickstarters that I've covered and I'll tell you where they are in my tier list. I'll do a tier list this year. I'll go S to E, and I'll be putting all of these so you can kind of get a roundup of everything that I looked at this year, and you can get to see where things fall in that list. But there's just been some spectacular stuff this year on Kickstarter, and I really want to highlight that by putting it in a tier list, and expect that to come soon, because I will be going through all of these things that I've covered this year, and yeah. It's gonna be epic. There's Dying Light, there's Flow. What an interesting week that was with those two monsters and all that good stuff. So anyway, look out for that on the channel, and please get down in the thoughts below. What are you getting this Christmas for yourself? And all that good stuff. So thank you for watching. This has been a little bit of a unique program on the channel, just talking about things you might be interested in buying us at late pledge. Well, thanks for watching, and look out for the best of the year as I do with the big tier list for 2024. And trust me, there's definitely some stinkers I covered this year. Looking at you, Lands of Evershade, sitting in the E category. I don't think that's a spoiler. I will tell you more, of course, why it lands in an E in that video, and of course why I put things in S tier, why I think they should be there. I'll talk about all of that in my show closer to Christmas. So yeah, thanks for watching. Get down in the comments, tell me what you're buying for Christmas. Did anything surprise you when you were looking at top 10 lists and all that stuff? Or have I piqued your interest with the short list of stuff you can late pledge at the minute? So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please think about subscribing to the channel. Went over 1,000 this year, thanks to all the new subscribers. And old, of course. And yeah, I'm Lipstickpaddy. You take care, stay safe, and bye for now.